friends, let me introduce myself. My name is Salsabilla Pratama. You can call me Salsa. I study at the Jakarta State Polytechnic Media Creative, and I will show you my presentation about history of broadcasting. Come on, let's go.
Contents. First page is the article about broadcast. The second page is sentence building 5W plus 1H. The third page is verbal and nominal identifications. The fourth page is active-passive formations. The fifth page is sentence patterns classifications. The sixth page is vocabulary enhancement. The seventh page is translation into Indonesia. The eighth page is recent author use tenses. History of broadcasting. The earliest broadcasting consisted of sending telegraph signals over the airwaves using Morse code, a system developed in the 1830s by Samuel F. B. Morse. Physicists Joseph Henry and Alfred Duval, they developed an electrical telegraph system, which sends pulses of electric current along wires which controlled an electromagnet that was located at the receiving end of the telegraph system. A code was needed to transmit natural language using only these pulses and the silence between them. Morse therefore developed the forerunner to modern international Morse code. This was in particularly important for ship-to-ship and ship-to-share communication, but it became increasingly important for business and general news reporting. And as an arena for personal communication by radio amateurs, Douglas opposite audio broadcasting began experimentally in the first decade of the 20th century. By the early 1920s, radio broadcasting became a household medium. At first on the AM band and later on FM, television broadcasting started experimentally in the 1920s and became widespread after World War II. Using VHF and UHF spectrum, satellite broadcasting was initiated in the 1960s and moved into general industry usage in the 1970s, with GBS direct broadcast satellites emerging in the 1980s. Originally, our broadcasting was composed of analog signals using analog transmission techniques, but in the 2000s, broadcasters have switched to digital signals using digital transmission. In general usage, broadcasting most frequently refers to the transmission of information and entertainment programming from various sources to the general public. 5W plus 1H. What? What's the meaning of broadcasting? Who? Who has developed airwaves using Morse code? When? When did airwaves using Morse code be developed? Where? Where was the first time frequency broadcasting running? Why? Why broadcasting often refers to transmission? How? How broadcaster can have switched to digital signals using digital transmission? Verbal nominal identification. Number 1. Sentences. Broadcasters have switched to digital signals. It is verbal identification. Number 2. Sentences. Television broadcasting started experimentally in the 1920s. It is verbal identification. Number 3. Sentences. They developed an electrical telegraph system. It is verbal identification. Number 4. Sentences. Broadcasting is the distribution of audio or video content. It is nominal identification. Number 5. Sentences. This was particularly important for ship-to-ship and ship-to-share. It is nominal identification. Number 6. Sentences. Originally, all broadcasting was composed of analog signals. It is nominal identification. Number 7. Sentences. Broadcasting was initiated in the 1960s. It is nominal identification. Active-passive formation. Number 1. Sentences. They developed an electrical telegraph system. It is active formation. An electrical telegraph system was developed by them. It is passive formation. Number 2. Sentences. Originally, all broadcasting was composed by transmitter. It is passive formation. Transmitters composed all broadcastings. It is active formation. Number 3. Sentences. Television broadcasting will start its channel experimentally. It is active formation. Its channel has started by to television. It is passive formation. Number 4. Sentences. Broadcasters have switched to digital signals. It is active formation. Digital signals have been switched by broadcasters. It is passive formation. Sentence patterns identification. Number 1. Patterns. Originally, all broadcasting was composed. Tenses simple past tense. Number 2. Patterns. Television broadcasting started experimentally. Tenses simple past tense. Number 3. Patterns. Broadcasters have switched to digital signals. Tenses simple past tense. Number 4. Patterns. At this time, broadcasting was initiated in 1960s. Tenses simple past continuous tense. Number 5. Patterns. Broadcasting is the distribution of audio or video content. Tenses simple present tense. Vocabulary enhancement. Vocabulary broadcast. Pronoun spelling broadcast. Meaning penyiaran. Vocabulary share. Pronoun spelling share. Meaning bagikan. Vocabulary important. Pronoun spelling important. Meaning penting. Vocabulary need. Pronoun spelling need. Meaning perlu. Vocabulary become. Pronoun spelling become. Meaning menjadi. Vocabulary information. Pronoun spelling information. Meaning informasi. Vocabulary public. Pronoun spelling public. Meaning public. Vocabulary experimental. Pronoun spelling experimental. Meaning experimental. Vocabulary communication. Pronoun spelling communication. Meaning komunikasi. Vocabulary locate. Pronoun spelling locate. Meaning menemukan. Translation into Indonesia. Siaran paling awal terdiri dari pengiriman sinyal telegraf melalui gelombang udara, menggunakan kode Morse system yang dikembangkan pada tahun 1830-an oleh Samuel F. B. Morse. Fisikawan Joseph Henry dan Alfred Eiffel, mereka mengembangkan sistem telegraf listrik yang mengirimkan pulsa arus listrik di sepanjang kabel, yang mengendalikan elektromagnet yang terletak di ujung penerima sistem telegraf. Diperlukan kode untuk mentransmisikan bahasa alami hanya dengan menggunakan pulsa ini. Karena itu, Morse mengembangkan cikal bakal kode Morse internasional modern. Ini sangat penting untuk komunikasi dikirim dan kekirim dan dikirim untuk dibagikan, tetapi menjadi semakin penting untuk bisnis dan pelaporan berita umum. Dan sebagai arena untuk komunikasi pribadi oleh amatir radio Douglas Openfield, siaran audio dimulai secara eksperimental pada dekade pertama abad ke-20. Pada awal 1920-an, siaran radio menjadi media rumah tangga atau isi rumah. Pada awalnya di band AM dan kemudian di FM, penyiaran televisi dimulai secara eksperimental pada tahun 1920-an dan meluas setelah Perang Dunia Kedua. Menggunakan spektrum VHF dan UHF, siaran satelit dimulai pada 1960-an dan beralih ke pengguna industri secara umum pada 1970-an. Dengan DBS, Direct Broadcast Satellites, muncul pada 1800-an, awalnya semua penyiaran terdiri dari sinyal analog menggunakan teknik transmisi analog, tetapi pada tahun 2000-an, penyiar telah beralih ke sinyal digital menggunakan transmisi digital. Dalam penggunaan umum, penyiaran paling sering merujuk pada transmisi informasi dan pemrograman hiburan dari berbagai sumber ke masyarakat umum. Reason why authored sentence. The author used more past form in the article about broadcast because the article tells about history of broadcast that already passed.
I think that's all enough. I also thank you to my God, my lecturer, Mr. Salsabilla, and my friends.